And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the elimination match. The elimination match here of Maestros of the game of the round 16 group stage, Group D. We're here to find out the first player to be eliminated from the group. We just wrapped up with the winners match. Congratulations to Showtime as he does advance on into the playoffs. Again, Maru is waiting for the winner of this very series. And here we go. We're jumping into this fresh best of 5. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the red Zerg player. We have the red Zerg. We have the German Zerg for Shopify. It is Lambo. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent. We have the South Green Protoss. We have the blue Protoss. It is herO. Stay with us, Pappy. Stay with us. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as predictions are open for the next couple of moments. Best of luck. Best of luck. Whew, as we settle into that best of 5. Again, for those that are curious, in South Korea, it is almost 6 a.m. Almost 6 a.m. in the morning. So the Koreans are getting very fatigued. From both herO and Maru's side of things. A shout out to Lambo, by the way. Big shout out to Lambo because a little bit of a sneak peek behind the scenes. Before the videos began, Lambo, he did reach out. He was like, hey, I'm totally fine with making this a best of 3. Like, if I know that a lot of the players are really tired right now. Like, I'm good. I'm good. If herO wants to, we can best of 3. But the admin stepped in. They're like, no, play for our entertainment. So They did enforce the best of 5, so we're still playing that out. But you know, Lambo, he did offer just because, of course, it is very late for the Koreans. But alas, we will power through regardless. We'll power through. Whew, let's go. So now Hatchcast Pool, standard opener out of Lambo. Likewise, herO going for the gate expand into Cybercore into Stargate. So far, everything's looking as it should be. 6 a.m. gaming. Let's go. As from here, we do have our Stargate into a third base. We're expecting a standard opener out of herO. He can be very diverse. He can be very aggressive in this matchup. Typically in the mid game is what we're expecting, though. To see herO go for maybe an earlier Twilight Council into Glaze, maybe early Twilight Council into Blink, going into a delayed Forge. We could see him be more active and more aggressive in said mid game. That's typically what we expect out of herO in this matchup, but we'll see. We shall see as Lord barely gets away, barely survives, but the scout will still be denied nonetheless, as herO did open up Stalker first, not Adept. Bold move. So again, typically when you open up Stalker like this, there's a higher chance there's going to be a Twilight Council instead of a Stargate. Otherwise, there's no reason to hunt down the Overlord. So Lambo, he's in the dark. Lambo, he's not fully aware what's going on, and his scouting is very limited. As the Overlord is pinned. We can see that's a standard opener. The Oracle's on the way. Lambo behind this, Queens are going to be getting in position. The Oracle is revealed, and the Overlord is going to go down. Behind this, going to be a second Oracle, so nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. Third base is on the way. No early Twilight Council, not yet. As the third base is in production. Lambo throwing down his spores, and getting ready for the Oracles. And from here, we're settling in. Now, we can still throw down a bit of an earlier Twilight Council here that is still available. And speaking of, yep, there it is. Early Twilight Council out of herO. Now, based on this Twilight Council timing, this could be one of two things. We can... Oh, never mind. Interesting. I was going to say we could skip the Forge and go for a Twilight Council. Sorry, go for a Twilight Council into Glaive Adepts. But there is a Forge on the way. But again, this was still quite early, so I'm leaning more towards +1 and Blink Stalker. Sorry, +1 in charge, I meant to say, instead of Blink Stalker. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on herO. Sometimes he just likes to go for earlier Blink with still +1 regardless. Show us what you got. Gateways are being thrown down. Lings do move out to apply pressure. The Oracles are keeping up. We have the earlier Lair on the way. Lair before any Evo Chamber. Safety Roach Warren. Lings hit the expansion. And show us that tech. +1 and Blink. So +1 Blink Stalkers on the horizon here for herO. Gateway Explosion on the way. As long as they get one probe kill, again, nothing major. Decent defense here out of herO. And Lambo, based on the faster lair and the gases being taken, we have options here. If we wanted to, we could even go for a faster Spire into meter play. Otherwise, the goal should be to go into a faster Hydra Den, into a +1 range timing, into Mass Hydra. So again, quite greedy here as we're skipping Banelings, we're skipping +1 melee. Show us what you got. So here he does secure himself back at home. Followed by the Temple Archives, getting into Storm. And we have the tech of choice, not going for the Spire, going for Hydras. Okay, I mean, both options were available. Does commit into Hydra, +1 range is on the way. And Lambo, he has another choice to make here. Does he drone up and saturate his 4th base, or is this just for Larva? And does he turn this into a 3-base all-in? Again, Hydra-based 3-base all-ins have been very popular and very trendy over the past couple of months. We have the answer. He's not going for the all-in. He's taking up in towards Hive, in towards Lurker tech. So Lambo is being quite greedy tech-wise as he's rushing into the faster lair, faster Hydra Den, into upgrades, into Infestation Bit, into Hive tech. We'll see if he can get away with it. Let's see if Lambo can get away with it. Back at home, Storm is almost done, and here he can hit that Storm timing. His blink is finishing up. +2 starts immediately. We have 4 High Templar alongside Storm. But Gateways are just now on the way. Getting up to 10. No Robo, no War Prism, no move out. Which means Lambo, he can tech up. He's taking all of his gases. He's running up to 80. Lambo is looking very comfortable here. Bam, there's the Hive. There's the Lurker Den. And herO, he's being more defensive. Without a Robo, there's no way to move out across the map. And herO, he's rushing into Sky Toss. Now, when it comes to our setup here, I actually do favor Lambo much, much more. Lambo, he got away with a lot of greed rushing into Lurkers like this. So there's going to be a window. There's going to be a window in time where Lambo can hit with Lurkers before Sky Toss is ready. Now, can he break a turtling Protoss player in herO? That's the question. I will say it's harder to turtle up on this map compared to Tokamak, for example, but so far we're throwing down stasis traps, we're setting up defensively back at home. Here he has a full wall and cannons and shield batteries here at the 3rd base. So again, here is just turtling up. Just turtling on up. Lurker Den is done. Hive almost complete. As we mentioned, Lurkers, they should hit first. We'll see. As Tempest production has begun for herO. Lambo, he's maxed out. He's maxed out here at 200 supply. And it's all or nothing. Can he break herO? Spire is on the way. So again, he's taking up. But ideally, he does want to trade. Does want to trade out this army. And free up supply. Ooh, Storm pops up. herO so far is all over this. Hydra's there picking away at the wall. Playing Hydra towards the left. herO, he's once again keeping up. Now, more importantly, we'll see if Lambo can start taking these center bases. These center bases, they're notorious for being very difficult to hold on to from the side of Zerg, especially because of the terrain. But again, like herO, he has relinquished map control completely. So Lambo, he's got some really good creep spread. The creep is excelling. It's getting past the halfway mark. Lambo is taking bases. Oh, we're going to be here for a while. We're going to... Oh, God. I was already tired coming into this pack. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Second Cybercore just finished with double upgrades. We have more Tempest massing up as well. Both players just focusing on their tech. The first big thing that needs to be done here is that Lambo does need to trade out some of this army to make room for lurkers, make room for corruptors. I stay for my CranKy D-Gen badge. True, true. Oh, the D-Gen. As creep is spreading even further here towards the bases. Again, this space is nice for Lambo. Ideally, he's able to take some of his opponent's bases and start mining them out first. Otherwise, the reality is that if he fails to take, say, center left, or again, these center left bases, eventually herO will break out and take them for himself. Like, there's no rush for herO. No rush, Patty, no rush. Oh, as herO, he does have to be careful here, as he is exposed. You see Lambo looking to collapse in. herO dancing with the army, dancing with the creep. Carrier production has begun. Refining a Sky Toss. Your ideal army wants to be Carrier, Tempest, Archon, Storm, with some Immortals as well. So here he's getting there. Lambo setting up for the surround. He's coming from behind. Storms, they do not connect. Oh god. And with that, he gets surrounded. Yeah, every Ground Toss army, or every Ground Toss unit is going to go down. The Immortals, the Archons, and the High Templar are massive loss for herO, and Lambo, he might just be able to keep pushing. As that was 3 High Templar and an Archon, and 2 Immortals going down, and a Tempest. So brutal losses for the Protoss. You see the Remax with Corruptor. Corruptors, second Spire for double upgrades. Oh. Ooh. As the Storms, they still do dominate the ground. Gotta respect the Storms. It's buying time for the Corruptors. herO is securing another expansion. We spoke about this, where there's no rush to expand, so Lambo did not take any of herO's bases, and herO will eventually take them for himself. That's here comes a wall of cannons, shield batteries. What I will say is that because of the earlier fight, herO has no bank. Like, herO, at this point, he should be maxed out, but he's not maxed. He doesn't have a bank to work with. Because of the worst trades, here comes the mass lurker, so 18 lurkers morphing in. It's going to be Lunker Corruptor for Lambo. Which is the ideal. Yeah, Lambo trying to wedge himself into the bases. Oh, catching up the High Templar. It's going to be 1 Templar going down. Yeah, the other 3, they get caught out as well. Massive pickoffs. High Templar falling. And Corruptors, they go for the dive. They go for the Mothership. Mothership does go down. There's still some brutal Storms, though. Storms, they annihilate the Corruptors. Corruptors, they're so low. And Lambo has to get the hell out of here at the same time. 13 drones going to be going down. Yeah, workers do full here to a Zealot run by. So nice run by to herO. herO takes the fight. We're remaxing on Corruptor. Again, despite the lurker setup, the storms were brutal, and Lambo did stand in the storms. Lambo trying to rotate, but the cannons are hit by time. Hit by more time. We have, how many? We have 6 High Templar. And here he does have the more efficient army. So have to be so careful about going into creep. We have how many? We have 26 Corruptors. That's a lot of Corruptors. Oh. As the abduction doesn't quite pay off. Yeah, another base is going to be going down. We spoke earlier how it's so difficult for the Zerg player to take these center expansions. As you can see, it doesn't take much for the Protoss to rotate between these center bases. And these 2 bases are going to go down. Lambo is going to have to engage soon. He's waiting for his infestors. 5 infestors do pop. He's hoping to land a fungal. Hoping to lock down the army. As herO rotates. He sees the infestors. He knows. Another expansion should go down. We have 27 Corruptors. We have 8 Broodlords on the way. Yeah, there's no saving the space. And from here, herO, he can rotate towards the top side as well. Just keep rotating. Keep knocking down bases. Broodlords are almost done. Oh, Fungal's coming in. Nice Fungal. Ah, no follow-up. Yeah, no follow-up. We do land 1 Parasitic Bomb. Storms a zone away over brutal storms. Alright, Templar going to be going down. I think there's only 1 Templar left. And the Templar does get sniped. Yeah, no more Templar. No more storms. And Corruptors, can they do it? No, they cannot. They cannot. There's what, 5 Corruptors left. They go down to the Tempest. They go down to the Carriers. In the end, here he takes a fight in the sky. And here he's snowballing out of control, going for the dive. What's the anti-air? 1 Corruptor. There's 1 Corruptor left. The Skytals can just keep on pushing. The Broodlords do nothing. The Lunkers as well. We have 15 Corruptors on the way. He needs them. And they come out in time. They come out in time. Here he doesn't test it. He doesn't test his luck. Doesn't keep pushing. Here come the Corruptors. Oof. Brutal blink, brutal dive as we get under the Broodlords. Here comes the storm. Oof, and Corruptors are on their own. Yeah, they're fighting on their own. Every Corruptor should go down here. GG gets called, and herO, he snowballs out of control. He takes game number 1. Whew, GG. herO, he does take a lead in the series. Again, Lambo, he had map control, but what did he do with it? He didn't try to take herO's bases. He didn't try to take any of his economy. Likewise, Lambo, he was also kind of stuck with a mid-tier army for a little bit longer there. It took a little bit longer for him to get a second Spire, to build up more upgrades, to get into his more ideal Corruptor, Broodlord, Lurker, Infestor, Viper composition. Didn't quite get there in the end, and GG. GG, well played. And also the map was working against him. We spoke about it briefly, but again, on Incorporeal, it is more difficult to maintain those center bases, to defend against them, against the Skytals. And with that, GG. herO does take a lead, and now we're going to be getting to game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Tokamak. Oh boy. Now again, coming into some of these other maps, Tokamak, Gresfan, some of these more fringe bases are safer. They're safer, they're more spread out. Again, here specifically on Incorporeal, there are 4 bases in the center that are much more exposed and so difficult to maintain. Here the bases are going to be easier to defend, and we could see another similar scenario here with maybe a better setup into the late game from Lambo. We'll see. I'm sure he doesn't want to go into the late game. But his build of choice was indicative of that. Remember, he was very tech heavy. Lambo, he was very tech heavy, very greedy. Rushing into the faster hive, into the faster lair. After that last game, I don't know if he wants to embrace that again, though. I don't know. As we're getting into our next game and spawning in the top side of Tokamak, we have the German Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Shopify. It is Lambo. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss, the blue Protoss representing himself, currently teamless, but leading the series 1-0. It is a herO. Let's go, Papi, let's go. So you're loading into Tokamak. If herO wanted to once again go for a more turtle-heavy style, this would be another good map for that kind of style, to be honest. I would have assumed that he would have been more aggressive just because of how late it is in Korea, but nah, herO, he doesn't care. He's like, Papi, it's like 7 a.m. in the morning. Let's go all day long. I can do this all day, Papi. Ah, okay. Okay, herO, okay. Let's go. He messaged his boy, he messaged Maru, he's like, mate, go to bed, alright? Set an alarm for like 2 hours from now, and then you can play. Oh, God. Not like this. Lambo just didn't pressure herO one bit. I would say I would push back against that and say that he couldn't. But there are other things that you can do when you have map control like that, right? And you can also make an argument that he could have been trading a little bit earlier as well, I suppose, to make use of that bank, to make use of his map control. Yeah, for sure. You could argue that he could have tried to capitalize on the earlier fights. If you recall, Lambo, he had a really, really strong fight in the center of the map when he surrounded herO. Remember when he surrounded herO, when he was able to reset the high Templar counts, when he was able to get on top of the Immortals. Like, there were some good moments there for Lambo, for sure. There were some good moments. But for now, we're settling in. We're calming down, we're settling in. Is herO the best late game Protoss player now? I think most would say, I think I would say as well that Classic is. I think everyone in Unison would agree that Classic, he has the best late game PvZ, and I would say late game PvT as well. Like that's kind of his forte from the side of Classic. I would say that herO has stronger mid game compared to Classic. Stronger mid game. They both have their strengths, they both have their weaknesses. Oh. As herO pokes in behind this Stargate opener. This time did not open up Stalker, so there's no diving or denial of any kind of scouting, unlike the previous game. Oh, but we have very fast gateways here. Okay. I see you, herO. We have a 3-gate setup here before the third hyper aggression out of our Protoss player this time. So a very, very stark change of gears here from herO. It's on Lambo to confirm what's going on. Lambo surrounds in the depth, not bad. We'll get one. One of them goes down. Here comes that third base, but again, delayed third base in favor of these gateways. In favor of a bigger adept timing. Now, these are going to be vanilla adepts, bear that in mind. No glaives, no Twilight Council. We'll be warping in and moving out. And the goal is to catch Lambo cutting corners. If Lambo skips his Roach Warren, if he skips his Baneling Nest, if he goes Ling into Evo Chamber into +1, into Ling Queen, then herO can overwhelm. And we're reaching the 430 mark. We should soon be seeing our tech of choice. As so far, it gets 2 drones. What's it going to be? As the gateways are finishing up, here comes the warp in. As we mentioned, we're warping in extra adepts, and we're banking them up. It's going to be Lair first at Lambo. Lair into Baneling Nest. I mean, it's a later Baneling Nest here, which means the adepts should hit first. The adepts should hit first. As you can see, they're still warping in. And soon it'll be go time. Overlords are being shut down. Adepts are pushing. Adepts get scouted. Yeah, big scout. Lambo, he sees, he knows. Baneliness is still not yet done, but he's morphing in Lings. So a big moment there from Lambo. Is it going to be enough, though? As hero's pushing forward. Shades across. Lambo, he should be able to morph in Banelings. 20 more Lings in production. And herO looks like he will back off. Yeah, herO, but he does deny the fourth. Not bad. Denies the fourth expansion. herO behind this, he's going to be taking up. Remember, late Twilight Council, late Forge, late upgrades in favor of this aggression. He does cancel the base, but he won't find more damage. As Lambo, he's secure. Lambo's got plenty of Ling Bane, but he's stuck on 3 bases. Is this good enough? I'll be honest, I'm not too certain. We're taking. It is. I saw the Hydra Den out of Lambo, and I was like, oh, if he goes into a 3-base all-in, this can still catch herO off guard. But no, Lambo, he goes for the Infestation Pit, tells us he plans on taking up even further into Hive. So the delayed 4th base hurts that much more. Speaking of, herO, he could cancel it once again, and he will. Yeah, with 3 oracles, he will force another cancel. Oh! As Queens, they try to waddle in, but again, there's no creep. And the base is denied. Oof. Lambo's still stuck on 3 bases. Despite the high drone count, he's oversaturated, so it doesn't mean as much. herO actually has a better economy. And hero's going for a gateway explosion. We have Storm, we have +1, we have Blink on the way. Lambo's taking up into Hive again, just like last game. But Lambo's going to stumble his way into the late game. Double expanding. Does attempt to double expand. herO, he doesn't see this. You can see he's throwing down more cannons, more shield batteries. herO, he's getting ready for an all-in. So a bit of a misread here out of herO. He sees the army, but really this is a fake out. So big fake out by Lambo. And behind this, Lambo, he's droning. He's just droning, he's just saturating. Catching up economically. And hero's terrified. herO could move out. He could push. He might even kill if he moved out, but... Again, herO, he's unaware of the expansion. He's unaware of the faster Hive. And Lambo's on his road to recovery. There we go. As Lambo drones up to 87. It's a lot of drones. Lurker Den's almost done. Hive is complete. We have Overlord speed as well. So we can go for Drop Lord play. hero's now being active. I mean, there are no lurkers ready yet, so herO can still take a fight. These storms can pop off. It's purely Lingbane Hydra. You can see Lambo getting ready for the surround. He has a flanking army. The army blinks in. Going for the queens. And Lambo coming in from behind. Can he connect? So far, decent storms. Yeah, blinks up the Hydras. Hydras are exposed. And these Hydras, they will go down. Massive storm. And herO, he's breaking through. herO, he's breaking on through. Takes down the Hydras. There's barely any Hydras left. We have 20 Lings in production. Once again, dives on the remaining army. More Hydras coming in from behind. Ooh, a little bit wasteful with the storms. Yeah, a little bit wasteful there. That was the final storm. And herO, can he break through? It's still so close. Yeah, the Hydras, they're slowly building up over time. Lings are trickling in. And Lambo, he's barely holding on. Again, if we had one more storm. It looks like it still might be enough anyway. Yeah, herO, the Archons move in. Gets on top of the Hydras. Reinforcements, they come in from behind. And herO, he does overwhelm. Despite having that extra storm, GG gets called. herO overwhelms. And herO, he will take a 2-0 lead. GG. Whew, GG, well played, herO, punishing the greed of Lambo. Again, what was Lambo doing? Lambo, he was double expanding, he was joining up to 87 workers, he was taking up into Hive, taking up into Lurkers, a lot of resources invested into tech and into upgrades and into economy, not into army. And herO, I was concerned he was going to be passive. If he was passive, then Lambo could recover after the early game, after losing his 4th base twice, which was insane. But in the end, herO, he pushed and was able to kill. GG. GG, well played, herO. He was able to move out, he was able to overwhelm, and with that, herO is 1 game away from claiming the series. We'll see if he can. Up next, we're going to be loading into Gresvan. Oh. Here we go. Gresvan is up next, loading into another one of these larger maps. Let's go, baby, let's go. And as we're getting into this, I do apologize for not giving you a shout out earlier, but a big shout out to Vindicta, Miguelito, Papi God. Thank you so much for the raid. Hold on, /out. Sorry, I was just a little bit engrossed in the game itself. A little bit engrossed. But thank you so much, Miguelito, for the raid. Hope you had a great stream, hope you had a great ladder session, hope you had a great time. Bienvenidos, as we're getting into game number 3, potentially the final game of the series, as spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have the German Zerg player. The German Zerg, we have the red Zerg representing Shopify. Oh, is it Steadfast again? Oh no, who is it? No. Steadfast, as his internet has been a little bit shaky tonight. Hopefully he's able to, hopefully it's able to keep it together. But in the top left, we have our German Zerg. It is Lambo. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss. It is herO. Yo, let's go. The sleeves are rolled up. It's time to game. herO, calm down. He's not holding back. As we are loading into Gresvan. Gresvan, of course, being one of the older maps of the map pool. Back in the day, known for longer and later games, for sure. Known for cutting the map in half and embracing that late game. And Lambo's been trying to get there twice now. 2 games in a row has been willing and attempting to embrace a longer and later game, getting into a 4 or 5 base setup, taking up into Hive and taking up into Lurkers. Last game, he was caught with his pants down. herO was able to punish him, partially also because of the rougher start. Lambo, he had to cancel his 4th base twice. It was a brutal start, so Lambo's response was to be greedy, to make up for that. herO was being overly defensive, but then he turned that defense into an offense. Moved out, end of the game. GG. We'll see if our players do adjust coming into game number 3. Also remember that herO did open up with a 3-gate setup in game number 2, which is also what led into a more shaky follow-up. But Steadfast. As Steadfast does end up leaving the game. Again, hopefully everything's okay. Typically, the internet is fine for Steadfast. Like, typically, like, the connection is perfectly fine. He's one of the more active community casters out there that covers a lot of these events. Thank you so much for the raid, Papi. Thank you so much. Hopefully everything's okay over on your end of things. I was just saying that typically, like, I don't think Steadfast really has much connectivity issues. Like, typically everything's fine, everything's smooth as can be. Just seems to be a little bit shaky today, but I'm sure we'll be fine leading into the rest of this tournament. Of course, Maestros of the game is going to be continuing next week as well, and I'm sure Steadfast is going to be there to cover the events live. So take care, Papi, take care, and hopefully things clear up on your end. Take care, Papi. Steadfast. As from here, we're settling in. As welcome one and all. As so far we do have, okay, we're mixing things up here. That's going to be a Twilight Council before the third base. Hyper aggression out of herO. We have seen some quirkier builds from herO already this series. Last game we saw the 3-gate setup before expansion. The game before that we had earlier +1, earlier Forge, and earlier Twilight Council. Here we're leaning a little bit more towards Glaive Adepts. Now technically we can throw down a Forge, a bit of a later Forge, but there's still no expansion. This should be Glaives. As herO does expand, takes his third. There it is, the Glaives are on the way. Again, no Forge, no +1, no upgrades, Gateway Explosion behind this, and the pressure is on Lambo to confirm what exactly is going on. Unfortunately, no Overlord. The Overlord was sniped, the Overlord was shut down by the initial Stalker, so Lambo is playing blind. Lambo's in the dark. He's in the dark as to what's going on. And I'm a little bit concerned here. If Lambo skips his Roach Warren, if he skips his Bailey Nest, if he cuts corners, then the game can end. This can end the game. I should also emphasize this is not an all-in. True, this is not going to be an all-in. This is hyper-aggressive. This needs to get damage done. Ideally, needs to cripple the opponent and can lead into the mid-game. Meanwhile, safety Roach Warren. Thank God. So Lambo, he does get a safety Roach Warren. Here, he should be able to get Roaches up in time. I say that he has a Warren, but he needs some kind of indicator to actually make Roaches. But so far, he has the tools to defend. Lings are fanning out. And the Adepts are amassing as we speak. Thankfully, Lambo, he is in position to confirm this. But he'll only see some. Here, he intentionally does keep some Adepts back. And the Ling will confirm. Yeah, Lambo knows instantly 8 Roaches do start up. So Roach production has begun. Lambo's getting ready back at home. He needs a little bit more time. He's fully walling up. He's fully walling up for the natural. He does wall. But that also means that the drones are going to be stuck. Oh, shades in. Picks off a couple of Zerglings. 11 more Roaches in production. Stage trap gonna go. It's gonna go up. Does connect. Yeah, Queen's getting caught out. But the Roaches are amassing, and so far no major economic damage. Adepts a shade into the mineral line. Lambo, he can re-wall. And he will wall off just in time. 2 drones go down. That is not good enough. And Lambo defends. Lambo, he defends. He deflects. And Lambo, he can also turn this defense into an offense. We have Roach speed on the way. There it is. We have pneumatized carapace. We're going for the German taxi. We're going for the German taxi here. Queens are building up. More Roaches as well. We are droning up somewhat here when it comes to the third, but we should be pushing with Dropper Lords. So Lambo is going to commit. He's going to double down. Again, herO did not do enough. Behind this, late blink, late +1, late upgrades. It's going to be a tough hold for herO. And he does scout the Dropper Lord. True. He sees. He sees the Dropper Lord. He does take note of lack of saturation. herO is aware, and bam. Oh my god. herO is aware of what's going on. He throws down a massive wall of cannons and shield batteries. Is it going to be enough, though? That's a lot of... That's 9 shield batteries. Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, let's go. I mean, hey, shield batteries are pretty good. They're pretty good, Pappy. 10 shield batteries on the way. Now, Lambo, he rotates around. He's going to actually hit between the natural and the third base, so some of these shield batteries are not going to come into play. Better position from Lambo. But herO has blink. Here he has blink, a little bit out of position. Army's pushing in. Stasis goes off. Does graze the army. As Queens are dropping off. Queens drop in. Another stasis goes off. Lings are being dealt with. Decent kiting here out of herO. As things are going down, and can he get on top of those Ravagers? And Queens, they load up on the miles. Ooh, don't quite connect. And so far, those shield barriers, they're popping off. Jesus. They're putting in a lot of work. Yeah, and with that, herO, he's holding. He's holding. He shuts down the Lings. He shuts down everything. The Queens, the Roaches, the Ravagers, they all go down. 10 shield batteries will not be broken. GG gets called, and herO, he will take the series 3-0, advancing on to the decider match. GG. GG, well played, Lambo. He had a nice defense. He lost 2 drones. He lost 2 drones to the Glaive Adepts. It was a solid defense out of Lambo. He reacted, he responded with the all-in. Unfortunately, herO scouted. With his oracles, he confirmed lack of saturation. He confirmed the dropper lords. His reaction was 10 shield batteries. They finished up just in time for the fight. They all did eventually come into play, and Lambo, he was unable to break the wall that was herO. GG. GG, well played. Whew, clean series here out of herO as he will advance on into that next series, into the decider match where we have some Korean on Korean action. Up next is going to be herO versus Maru to determine which is going to be the final player to make it into the playoffs. GG, well played. Hi, hi, hi. Decider match. So players are setting up. Sorry, just catching up in the chat. Do you think herO knows about the all-in? Do you think he knows? I don't know, Pappy. I don't know. Just a standard 10 shield battery setup. True, true. Standard. As we should be heading over to the Korean server for the final series. Imagine not spending your money to have enough for 10 shield batteries. All calculated, Papi, calculated. Este miro, he doesn't understand. the genius that is herO. Ay, ay, ay. But yes, for now, we're going to be going on a short break. Take this time to get some snacks, get some food, get some water, drain your disruptors, massage your marines, and hydrate all of your hydras. When we come back, we'll have that final best of 5. See you soon after the break. See you soon. Bye. See you soon.